The vastness of space stretched endlessly, black and silent, dotted only by distant stars that gleamed like tiny sparks in a cold void. In this sector, war had reigned for decades. Entire civilizations had risen and fallen, leaving shattered planets and burned-out moons as grim reminders of the chaos. Alien empires fought over territory, resources, and pride, their fleets clashing in violent battles that shook entire systems. Yet, amid this turmoil, one force remained largely untouched: humanity. Unlike the other races, humans had not joined the constant wars. They had quietly built their fleets, trained their crews, and advanced their technology in secret, while other species were locked in cycles of greed and vengeance. Humanity had prepared for something more: a test of discipline, strategy, and courage. On the bridge of the human flagship Aurora, Admiral Lydia Grant stood silently, her eyes scanning the holographic displays that floated above the polished deck. The stars outside the ship's wide viewports seemed calm, but she knew the war zone ahead was anything but. The alien fleets were massive, chaotic, and deadly. Yet, humans had something no one else possessed: unity and precision. "Admiral," Lieutenant Harris said, breaking the quiet. "Scouts report the first alien ships approaching. They have spotted us." Grant nodded without looking away from the display. "Good. Let them see us. They should know the humans are here, but not yet what we can do." The Aurora was not alone. Behind her, the rest of humanity's fleet stretched for kilometers, a mixture of battleships, carriers, and smaller support vessels. Every ship gleamed with a combination of technology and discipline, each crew trained to react instantly and precisely. Humans were not only strong, they were coordinated in a way alien fleets had never encountered. In the enemy territory, the reaction was immediate. Alien commanders barked orders to their officers, their voices sharp with both curiosity and caution. The humans were known, yes, but not feared, at least, not yet. "They are approaching fast," one alien officer said. His 3 eyes narrowed at the display, showing the human fleet advancing steadily. "They do not hesitate. They are brave or foolish," another officer scoffed. "Bravery without experience is worthless. We have fought for centuries. They will learn quickly what happens when they enter a real war zone." Also, meanwhile, back on the Aurora, the humans prepared. "Signal all ships," Grant ordered. "We move in formation Beta 7. Keep scanners active, no mistakes." "Formation Beta 7 confirmed," Lieutenant Harris replied. "All ships are in position." The human fleet moved like a single organism. Ships adjusted their speed and position instantly, maintaining perfect distance from one another. Sensors pinged the surrounding space constantly, feeding information back to each command center. Every human captain knew their role and executed it without hesitation. In the alien fleets, confusion began to spread. The humans moved calmly, deliberately, and yet with a speed that surprised even the most experienced alien admirals. They did not swarm. They did not fire blindly. Every movement seemed planned, as if a single mind controlled all the ships. On the bridge of a large alien battleship, Commander Varkin frowned. Why are they not attacking immediately? Are they waiting? Are they afraid? His lieutenant shook his head. No fear, Commander. They move, like hunters. They do not rush. They observe. But we cannot predict their next move. Varkin's tentacles twitched in frustration. He had led fleets into dozens of battles, crushing enemies with overwhelming firepower. And yet, the humans were different. They were patient, disciplined, and unnervingly confident. Back on the human side, Admiral Grant spoke to her officers with calm authority. "We will not strike recklessly. Our goal is to end this conflict quickly and efficiently. We have the power to destroy them entirely. Yes, but that is not the way. Precision will show them the strength of humanity without unnecessary loss of life." The officers nodded. They had trained for this moment. They knew that humans' greatest strength was not just their weapons or technology, it was their minds. They could outthink, outmaneuver, and outlast any enemy. The first contact happened at the edge of the war zone. Alien scouts had come forward, curious and cautious. They tried to challenge the humans, sending small fighter groups to intercept, but the humans reacted instantly. The fighters were neutralized, not through overwhelming firepower, but through tactics the aliens did not understand. Human ships moved in coordinated patterns, blocking escape routes and forcing the alien fighters to retreat. The human lasers and ion cannons were precise, disabling engines and communications without destroying the ships entirely. Commander Varkin watched, aghast. They are too precise. Our weapons cannot touch them. Our scouts are retreating. A human voice rang clearly across encrypted channels, though the aliens could not intercept it. We do not seek unnecessary destruction. Surrender or withdraw. Continue resistance, and consequences will follow. The aliens did not understand the tone. Calm, firm, and commanding. There was no fear, no anger, just the quiet confidence of a species that knew their abilities and trusted each other completely. As the humans advanced, the alien commanders attempted to organize defensive formations. Massive warships turned to face the approaching humans, firing volleys of energy that would have obliterated weaker fleets. Yet, the human ships moved with astonishing speed and precision. Each attack was anticipated, each defense executed flawlessly. Aliens were forced to dodge, retreat, or lose their ships one by one. This is impossible, Varkin muttered. We outnumber them 10-1, yet we cannot touch a single ship. Meanwhile, on the human flagship, Grant observed the battlefield with detached focus. Maintain distance, keep formation, target command ships only. Her strategy was simple but brilliant. Instead of destroying the entire fleet, humans struck at leadership and coordination points. Alien admirals lost control of their fleets as their command ships were disabled. Without orders, the alien ships fell into chaos. Some tried to flee, others collided in panic. Onboard smaller human vessels, captains followed their training perfectly. They blocked escape routes, disabled weapons systems, and created corridors for surrendering aliens. Not a single human ship was lost. Not a single life was wasted unnecessarily. In alien minds, panic became fear. They had fought countless wars. They had faced deadly technologies. But they had never seen anything like this. Humans combined power, strategy, and mercy in a way that made them unpredictable and terrifying. From the flagship, Grant spoke again, her voice calm, almost serene. Send the message. This conflict is over. Any further resistance will meet consequences. We offer surrender. Aliens who were left operational hesitated. Could they truly fight a species that moved like a single mind, struck with precision, and yet offered mercy? Many began lowering shields and powering down weapons. Varkin realized the truth. Humanity was not just strong, they were different. They had a unity of purpose that no alien species had achieved. They thought as a team, acted as a team, and trusted each other completely. That trust gave them power that brute strength alone could not match. In the war zone, silence fell. Ships that had fired relentlessly moments ago now drifted, engines humming weakly, as alien crews tried to comprehend what had happened. The humans had arrived, and the war had ended in moments. On the human flagship, Grant allowed herself a brief smile. This is only the beginning, she said softly. The galaxy will know what humanity is capable of. But today, we have shown them that strength and wisdom can act together. As the fleet moved through the war zone, securing, surrendering alien ships and stabilizing the area, scouts picked up unusual signals from beyond the outer rim. Strange energy readings, moving faster than any known ship. Grant narrowed her eyes. Prepare the sensors, she ordered. I want every detail. If someone else is approaching, we must know before they arrive. Humanity does not wait for threats. They meet them head-on. Her officers obeyed silently, scanning the void with meticulous precision. The stars were calm again, but the universe was far from peaceful. Humans had entered the war zone, and the enemy had fled. Yet, even in victory, new challenges awaited. In the shadows beyond the human fleet, something stirred. An unknown presence, watching, calculating, and curious. The humans had made their mark, but the galaxy was vast, and not all would be so easily impressed, or so easily defeated. Admiral Grant stood at the front of the bridge, her gaze fixed on the distant stars. She felt a thrill of anticipation. Humanity had shown what they could do, and the message was clear. A new era had begun, one where humans would be reckoned with, not through fear alone, but through skill, courage, and an unbreakable unity. And somewhere in the darkness of space, the first ripple of realization spread among alien observers. Humanity was not like anyone else. They were different. They were strong, and the universe would never forget their arrival. They offer surrender? After disabling our ships so easily? His lieutenant shook his head. It is, as they say, Commander. They have not destroyed more than necessary. Their efficiency is terrifying. They are humans. The word humans spread through the alien ranks like a whisper of fear. No other species had ever shown such discipline combined with mercy. To alien minds, mercy was a sign of weakness, but humans were proving that strength and compassion could exist together. As the alien ships wavered, human pilots moved in to secure control. Boarding parties were prepared, not to punish, but to restore order and gather intelligence. Alien crews who raised their hands in surrender were treated with respect. Humans communicated clearly, offering assistance and guidance. On board the Aurora, Grant observed a holographic display showing the positions of all fleets. Deploy recovery teams to damaged civilian vessels, she instructed. We will not abandon those caught in the crossfire. Humanity does not leave anyone behind. Alien commanders struggled to comprehend the situation. Their scouts reported something even more unsettling. Entire battle formations were retreating, engines failing under human interference. Yet no lives were lost unnecessarily. Varkin's voice trembled with frustration. We have fought for centuries. Entire fleets have fallen to weapons, to cunning, to sheer numbers. And these humans, they do not destroy, yet they have made us powerless. How can this be? Meanwhile, human interceptors patrolled the edges of the battlefield, ensuring no alien ships could escape or regroup. Energy nets, magnetic traps, and sensor-guided lasers corralled the fleeing vessels. Every movement was precise, every strike calculated. No human was harmed. No alien crew was killed unless they attacked again. In the midst of the chaos, a small group of alien diplomats contacted the humans voluntarily. They had seen the power and mercy displayed and recognized the opportunity. Through holographic communication, they offered to negotiate peace and supply intelligence. Grant nodded at the message. Bring them aboard. We will speak, but with clarity. Humanity acts with purpose, not recklessness. Back in the alien ranks, Commander Varkin realized that resistance was futile. Entire fleets had been paralyzed. Communications were jammed. Command structures broken. Morale shattered. He signaled retreat. But even as the remaining alien ships fled, human scouts detected irregular energy readings from the outer edges of the war zone. Faster ships, unknown technology, and signatures that did not match anything previously encountered. Grant's eyes narrowed. Sensors. Trace the energy signatures. Prepare the fleet for unknown contact. We will not be caught off guard. Her officers acknowledged silently, each understanding that the humans had won this battle. But the war zone was far from empty. Beyond the fleeing alien fleets, something waited, something unfamiliar and potentially dangerous. Despite the looming threat, human crews remained composed. They had faced danger before, and their strength lay not only in firepower, but in discipline, strategy, and unity. Each crew member understood their role, trusted their comrades, and executed commands without hesitation. The alien races, on the other hand, were in disarray. Reports flooded their command centers. Paralyzed ships, disabled weapons, surrendered divisions. For the first time, an alien species witnessed humans not as conquerors in the traditional sense, but as forces that could command entire battlefields with a combination of intelligence and courage. Varkin looked out at the stars, a mixture of fear and awe in his eyes. They are not just strong. They are different. We have underestimated them for too long. As the human fleet moved to stabilize the war zone, recovery teams were dispatched. Ships that had been damaged were repaired. Civilians caught in the crossfire were rescued. Supplies were delivered to colonies that had been under siege for years. Humanity's presence brought calm where chaos had reigned for decades. In alien territories, whispers spread like wildfire. The humans. They are a race to be feared. Not because they destroy recklessly, but because they are efficient, united, and merciful. And yet, they are unstoppable when they act. Meanwhile, Grant remained focused. She knew this was only the beginning. Humanity had demonstrated its power, but the galaxy was vast. Unknown threats might lie ahead. Watching, waiting, the humans had sent a message to the universe. They were capable of incredible strength, and they would use it wisely. As the sun of a nearby star reflected off the polished hulls of the human fleet, Grant addressed her officers. Today, we have shown what humans can do. Not through fear, not through cruelty, but through intelligence, courage, and unity. Let the galaxy understand. When humanity acts, it acts with purpose. Her words were quiet, but they carried the weight of certainty. Humanity had arrived in the war zone, and the enemy had fled. Entire fleets had surrendered, without a single human casualty. The galaxy would remember this day, not as one of destruction, but as the first moment it truly understood the power of humanity. Yet, even in victory, the unknown threat lingered in the darkness. Fast-moving energy signatures, unlike anything humans had encountered, raced toward the war zone. Grant's mind considered the possibilities, analyzing the limited data with calm precision. Whatever approached, humanity would be ready. The fleet continued to move forward, consolidating control and offering aid. Alien factions that had been at war for decades now paused, uncertain and cautious. Humanity's efficiency and fairness had created not just fear, but respect. The lesson was clear. Humans could destroy, yes, but they could also protect. They could fight with brilliance, and they could act with mercy. In distant observation posts, alien scouts recorded the events, sending reports back to command fleets. The term humans now carried weight. It was no longer a simple designation, it was a warning. A recognition of a species unlike any other. Admiral Grant, standing tall on the bridge of the Aurora, allowed herself a brief moment of satisfaction. Humanity had entered the war zone, and the results were undeniable. Fleet after fleet had surrendered. Lives had been spared. Systems stabilized. And yet, the mission was not complete. Beyond the edges of the war zone, new forces were approaching. "Prepare all ships for potential engagement," she ordered. "We move with caution, but we do not retreat. Humanity faces every challenge head-on." Her officers nodded, their confidence unwavering. They had witnessed the fleet in action, seen the precision and unity that defined humanity, and they knew, as Grant did, that no force in the galaxy could underestimate humans ever again. The stars stretched endlessly before them, the war zone calm for the first time in decades. But the galaxy was vast, and the humans' arrival had only begun to send ripples through its endless expanse. The next challenge was coming, and humanity would meet it as it always had, together, with courage, intelligence, and the quiet certainty that they were ready for anything. The alien fleets had fled, scattering across the war-torn systems like frightened prey. But humanity's fleet did not pause. They moved with purpose, not vengeance. Admiral Lydia Grant stood on the bridge of the Aurora, her calm eyes scanning every sensor feed. The humans were not chasing for revenge, they were chasing to understand, to know why the enemy had fled so quickly, and to ensure the galaxy would remain stable. Scouts report multiple alien vessels moving at high speed toward the outer rim, Lieutenant Harris said. They are attempting to regroup. Grant nodded. Predict their path. We will follow, but maintain defensive formations. We strike only if necessary. The fleet moved like a single organism through the void. Human ships adapted to every obstacle. Asteroid belts, radiation storms, and debris fields. Alien vessels tried to escape through every trick they knew. But humans anticipated each move, cutting off every route without firing a single shot unnecessarily. In the alien ranks, panic had deepened. Commanders were confused, morale broken, and their war machines crippled. One surviving officer, Commander Zarel, turned to his council. We cannot fight them. We have seen their strength, and yet they do not destroy without reason. How can a race combine power and mercy? His advisor's voice trembled. They are unlike anything in the galaxy. Every time we try to regroup, humans anticipate it. They are too fast, too precise, too clever. Zarel's three eyes narrowed. We must hide. But where? They can strike anywhere. Their sensors are too advanced. Our fleets are paralyzed. Back on the human side, Admiral Grant spoke to her officers. Do not underestimate them. We are here not just to follow, they may be carrying information, technology, or threats we do not yet understand. Stay alert. Intelligence is our priority. As the humans pursued, they intercepted alien communications. Encrypted messages and frantic commands revealed the fear that had gripped the fleeing fleets. Aliens debated among themselves, some suggesting surrender, others urging flight deeper into unclaimed systems. Every transmission reinforced a single truth. Humans were not just strong, they were intelligent, adaptable, and merciful. A human analyst pointed out a strange anomaly. Admiral, our sensors detect something unusual in the outer rim. Energy signatures moving at speeds faster than known propulsion systems. They are not part of the fleets we just disabled. Grant's gaze sharpened. Unknown forces. Prepare all ships for immediate analysis. We may be facing a new threat. Despite the potential danger, human crews remained composed. Every officer knew their role. Every crew member trusted their training. Discipline and coordination were more than habits. They were instincts, forged through rigorous preparation. Meanwhile, Commander Zarel's fleet continued to scatter. They moved toward a hidden system, hoping to escape human observation. But the humans anticipated these maneuvers. Interceptors and scouts positioned themselves along potential exit points, cutting off escape routes silently and efficiently. Aboard the Aurora, Grant studied the alien communications. They are hiding something. Possibly advanced weapons or technology. We must find out what. Before it becomes a threat. The human fleet split into groups, some pursuing the fleeing alien vessels, others investigating the outer rim anomaly. Small teams moved with precision, isolating individual alien ships and boarding them where necessary. Crews surrendered willingly, awed by the humans' efficiency and fairness. On board one captured alien cruiser, Commander Zarel faced a human officer for the first time. The human captain did not shout, did not threaten. She spoke clearly, offering a simple choice: cooperate and survive, or resist and face consequences. Zarel realized that resistance was futile. Humanity's strength lay not just in power, but in strategy, in clarity, and in mercy. The human boarding team secured the ship quickly. Communications were restored, weapons disarmed, and the alien crew treated with respect. Zarel could not hide his astonishment. Humans could have destroyed his ship in moments, yet they chose restraint. Back on the Aurora, Grant received reports from the Outer Rim teams. The strange energy signatures were growing stronger, more concentrated. "Unknown vessels," Lieutenant Harris said. "They are fast, highly advanced. They do not match any known technology in our databases." Grant frowned. "Prepare tactical scans. Activate all shields and defensive systems. Keep our fleet in formation and monitor every approach vector. We do not know their intentions, but we will be ready." The pursuit continued deeper into alien territory. Humans moved cautiously, ensuring no hidden ambush could surprise them. Yet, everywhere they went, the aliens' fear and respect for humans became more evident. Entire fleets surrendered without resistance once the humans arrived. One alien officer whispered to another aboard a fleeing vessel, "We underestimated them. Every time we try to hide, they find us. Every move we make, they anticipate. And yet, they do not destroy unnecessarily. They are beyond comprehension. They are beyond comprehension." Meanwhile, human crews maintained focus. They salvaged supplies, repaired damaged ships, and even assisted alien civilians caught in the crossfire. This combination of strength and compassion stunned the alien races further. Humans were not only warriors, they were problem solvers, protectors, and strategists. Grant addressed her fleet. "Maintain vigilance. Unknown forces are approaching. Prepare for engagement. But continue our mission. Stabilize the systems, protect civilians, and gather intelligence. We act as a single force." Sensors detected the mysterious energy signatures approaching faster than anything humanity had seen. Ships appeared briefly, then vanished into hyperspace-like jumps. Their movements were unpredictable, yet careful observation revealed one pattern. They were studying the humans. Every maneuver, every engagement, was being watched. "Admiral, they are intelligent," Lieutenant Harris said. "These unknown vessels are not attacking yet. They are observing, analyzing. They want to understand us before they make a move." Grant nodded. "Then we will show them who we are. Not with aggression, but with capability. They will learn that humanity is not a species to challenge lightly." In the alien fleets that had surrendered, rumors spread quickly. Stories of humans' discipline, efficiency, and mercy circulated like wildfire. Entire systems paused their own conflicts, unsure whether to continue fighting or wait for humans' decision. Humanity's reputation grew faster than any fleet could move. As the humans continued their pursuit, they discovered a hidden research station at the edge of the war zone. The station contained advanced alien technology, energy weapons, shielding systems, and propulsion devices beyond what most species could create. But the humans' approach was cautious. They disabled the security systems, secured the station, and salvaged the technology responsibly. Inside the station, scientists and engineers were astonished. Humans understood systems they had struggled with for decades, in moments, not because they were faster or stronger, but because they thought differently. They saw patterns, solved problems, and coordinated teams in ways the aliens had never considered. Grant walked through the main control room, observing her officers at work. "Gather everything we can learn," she said. "Not to dominate, but to understand. Knowledge is our greatest weapon, and we will use it wisely." Meanwhile, the unknown energy signatures grew closer. Scanners revealed multiple vessels approaching at high speed, cloaked and advanced beyond any technology the humans had encountered before. Their movements were precise, almost as if they were testing humanity's fleet. "Admiral, we have confirmation," Harris said. "These ships are approaching. They have not fired, but they are calculating every movement. I believe they are intelligent, highly intelligent." Grant's expression remained calm. "Then we meet them as we always do, prepared, disciplined, and united. Humanity does not retreat from challenge. We face it." As the fleet moved into position, the alien scientists and engineers captured in the research station looked on with awe. They had witnessed humans in combat, in strategy, and now, in problem-solving. The aliens whispered among themselves, realizing that humans were not only strong, but different. They could adapt, innovate, and act with unity in ways no other species could. In the midst of the outer rim, The unknown vessels slowed, forming a perimeter around the human fleet. Their intentions were unclear, but the humans did not flinch. They held their positions, shields active, weapons ready, sensors scanning. They waited, observing the unknown as carefully as the unknown observed them. "Prepare all crews," Grant ordered. "We do not know what they want, but we will show that humanity meets every challenge. Intelligence, coordination, and courage will guide us. No one underestimates humanity ever again." The alien observers whispered once more. "They are perfect in execution, merciful yet unstoppable. We cannot challenge them lightly. And yet, they do not strike without purpose." How? How can a race combine such qualities? The humans' pursuit of the fleeing alien fleets had revealed more than weakness. It revealed a galaxy unprepared for the arrival of humanity. Entire systems had paused their conflicts. Entire fleets had surrendered without bloodshed. And now, the unknown vessels waited, silent, intelligent, calculating. Admiral Grant studied the approaching forces. "They will test us. Let them. Humanity has faced impossible odds before, and we have never failed. Prepare for observation. Prepare for engagement. And remember, we act as one. We act as humans." As the fleet held its formation, the stars stretched endlessly before them, black and infinite, holding secrets humanity had yet to uncover. The unknown threat loomed ahead, but the humans did not hesitate. They were ready, they were united, and they were unstoppable. For the first time in centuries, the galaxy witnessed not just the strength of humans, but the wisdom, courage, and unity that made them different. The enemy had fled, the fleet had pursued, and the stage was set for a confrontation that would change the galaxy forever. Unknown forces were near, curious and cautious, but humanity would not retreat. They had entered the war zone, shown their power, and now stood ready to meet whatever came next, with intelligence, skill, and the quiet certainty that they were prepared for anything. The unknown fleet hovered at the edge of the war zone, its ships silent and calculating. Cloaked in shadows, faster than any known vessel, and equipped with technology that defied the galaxy's imagination, it had observed humanity with meticulous care. The aliens who had fled earlier whispered tales of humans, spreading both fear and awe. Now, this mysterious force approached, drawn by the same reports, curious about what they had never truly seen. The full power of humanity. Admiral Lydia Grant stood on the bridge of the Aurora, her posture calm, her mind sharp. All ships, assume defensive formations, shields on full, weapons ready, but hold fire unless fired upon. They are observing, not attacking for now. Lieutenant Harris scanned the approaching vessels, eyes wide with both caution and respect. "Admiral, their numbers are smaller than our fleet, but their speed and technology are beyond anything we have encountered. I believe they are testing us." Grant nodded slowly. "Then we will show them the same lesson we have shown everyone else. Humanity does not act recklessly, but humanity acts with precision, intelligence, and unity. Keep formation. Stay disciplined." The human fleet moved like a living organism, every ship aligned perfectly, every crew member knowing their role, every officer prepared for instant adaptation. Alien technology might have been faster in some ways, but humans were unmatched in coordination, strategy, and flexibility. From the unknown fleet, ships emerged slowly, testing the humans' reactions. They fired small energy pulses at a distance, non-lethal probes meant to gauge shields, speed, and response patterns. The humans responded instantly, their defenses adjusting in real time, predicting each movement with uncanny accuracy. "This is incredible," Harris muttered. "They are fast, but we can anticipate them. Their attacks are precise, yet they move like scientists rather than soldiers. They are studying us, not attacking." Grant's eyes narrowed, thoughtful. "Then we will behave as humans do best, with control and observation. Record everything. Adapt. Humanity wins not by reaction alone, but by understanding and discipline." the unknown fleet attempted a more aggressive move. A single ship surged forward. Firing a series of advanced plasma beams, the humans responded with coordinated maneuvers, redirecting energy from shields to interceptors, neutralizing the attack without firing a single shot directly at the vessel. The alien technology reacted as if puzzled by human tactics. It could not predict the precision, the unity, the calm intelligence behind every move. In the distance, alien observers whispered among themselves, "The humans. They are not just warriors. They think. They anticipate. Every move is calculated, yet merciful. No other species acts like this." The unknown fleet paused. Its ships hovered, analyzing, shifting positions, attempting different attack patterns. Humans mirrored every adjustment, maintaining formation, keeping shields balanced, and protecting every allied or surrendered vessel. It was not brute strength that impressed this unknown force. It was discipline, unity, and intelligence. On board the Aurora, Grant addressed her officers. "We will demonstrate the power of strategy and mercy together. They will see that humanity does not destroy without reason. But humanity cannot be underestimated." Her fleet responded in perfect synchronization. Smaller ships moved to flank, sensors scanning every unknown vessel. Larger battleships adjusted shield harmonics to absorb energy pulses. Support ships relayed data instantly, updating tactics in real time. Every human crew acted with confidence and trust in one another. Their movements perfectly coordinated. The unknown fleet hesitated. Its ships were intelligent, but it had never faced an opponent that combined capability with strategy, intelligence, and mercy so seamlessly. One of their vessels fired a concentrated pulse toward a human cruiser, testing response time. Humans anticipated it before it arrived, redirecting shields and neutralizing the energy without damage. Admiral Grant spoke calmly to her fleet. "Do not be intimidated. They are studying us. We will show them the strength of humanity not through fear, but through discipline and coordination." As the standoff continued, smaller alien factions that had surrendered began to witness the events. Entire civilizations had waited for humans to act, uncertain whether they would be conquerors or mediators. Now, they saw firsthand, humans were different. They could dominate the battlefield without chaos, strike decisively without unnecessary destruction, and protect those who could not defend themselves. Commander Zarel, once a fleeing officer of the previous enemy fleets, watched from a captured cruiser. His 3 eyes widened. They are not just strong. They think. They act together. They are beyond anything we imagined. And yet, they do not kill needlessly. They care. From the unknown fleet, one vessel surged forward, more aggressive than before. Humans reacted instantly, moving as one. Shields adjusted, energy grids rerouted, and interceptors blocked potential attacks. The alien vessel paused, as if puzzled by the humans' efficiency. No damage occurred. No panic spread. Humans remained calm, ready, united. "Record every movement," Grant ordered. "We are learning as much from them as they are from us. Every strategy, every adjustment, every probe they attempt tells us about their capabilities. Adapt and prepare." The unknown fleet began to retreat slowly, testing human reactions at every turn. Humans mirrored each move perfectly, never overextending, never panicking, never losing formation. They offered no reckless aggression, yet every movement signaled control, strength, and unity. In alien sectors, whispers spread like wildfire. The humans. They do not destroy without cause, yet they are unstoppable. Every move is deliberate. They do not hesitate. Every act demonstrates intelligence and power combined. How can one species hold such qualities? Back on the Aurora, Grant observed the standoff with quiet satisfaction. They will learn that humanity cannot be underestimated. Discipline and intelligence are just as powerful as weapons. This is the ultimate lesson. We fight with precision, unity, and wisdom. The unknown fleet finally withdrew, sending no further attacks. Their energy signatures faded into the void, leaving behind stunned alien fleets and civilizations that had never witnessed such control, coordination, and restraint. Humanity had demonstrated its strength, not through fear or destruction, but through efficiency, intelligence, and unity. "Admiral," Lieutenant Harris said, "they have withdrawn. No attacks, no damage, no casualties. It seems they respect us, or at least understand that fighting us is unwise." Grant allowed herself a brief nod. Then the message has been delivered. Humanity's power is not just weapons, but intelligence, courage, and mercy. We do not act recklessly, we do not terrorize, we act with purpose, and that purpose is unstoppable. As the fleet moved to stabilize the war zone, humans offered aid to alien civilizations caught in the conflict. Damaged ships were repaired, civilians were rescued, colonies that had endured decades of war finally received relief. Humanity's presence brought not only peace but hope, showing that power could be paired with wisdom and compassion. In the alien fleets, Commander Zarel and others realized a new truth. Humans were not only warriors, but leaders, innovators, and protectors. They combined intelligence, strategy, and strength in a way that no other species had ever achieved. The galaxy had underestimated them for too long, and now the lesson was clear. Admiral Grant addressed her fleet one last time. "We have faced fleeing enemies, unknown threats, and overwhelming technology. Yet humanity has stood united. We have shown courage, intelligence, and mercy. Let this be known across the stars. Humans are a force to be respected, not feared for cruelty, but admired for skill, discipline, and unity." Her officers nodded, pride in their eyes. They had witnessed the full power of humanity, not through chaos or destruction, but through precision, strategy, and compassion. Every crew member understood that today they had rewritten what the galaxy believed about humans. Beyond the war zone, civilizations began to respond. Alien factions that had waged endless wars now paused, seeking dialogue, seeking negotiation. Entire star systems began to consider humans not as a threat to dominate, but as a species capable of guiding, uniting, and protecting the galaxy from chaos. Grant's mind considered the future. Unknown forces would always exist, challenges would always arise. But humanity had proven something essential. When humans acted, they acted as one, with intelligence, courage, and discipline that could overcome any threat. The stars reflected off the polished hulls of the fleet. Ships moved in perfect formation, their engines humming softly, a quiet testament to the power of coordination. The galaxy had seen humans in combat, and it had seen humans in mercy. The combination was unforgettable. Commander Zarel, observing from a captured cruiser, whispered to his officers, "They are different. Strong, yes, but different. We have underestimated them for too long. And the universe has changed because of them." In the distance, the unknown fleet disappeared into uncharted space. They had observed humanity, learned from them, and retreated without conflict. Their departure was not surrender, it was recognition. Humans were not just another species in the galaxy, they were a force unlike any other. Admiral Grant stood on the bridge, watching the stars stretch endlessly before them. "The galaxy will know what humanity can do," she said softly. "We fight with courage, we act with intelligence. We protect those who cannot protect themselves. And when necessary, we are unstoppable. That is humanity." The fleet moved forward, stabilizing war-torn systems, rescuing survivors, and offering aid where it was needed most. The humans' presence transformed the conflict, bringing order to chaos and hope where there had been fear. They had entered the war zone, defeated fleeing enemies, and faced unknown forces. And they had emerged not as conquerors, but as exemplars of skill, courage, and unity. The message was clear. Humanity had arrived, and the galaxy would never underestimate them again. Strength was not just measured in firepower, but in intelligence, discipline, and the courage to act with purpose. And in that, humans were unmatched. The stars stretched endlessly ahead, the war zone calm for the first time in decades. Humanity had proven itself, not through destruction alone, but through the quiet, unstoppable force of a species united, disciplined, and wise. The universe had witnessed the ultimate lesson. Humans were a force to be reckoned with, and the galaxy had better take notice. And so, humanity's fleet moved forward, silent and efficient, a living testament to the power of courage, intelligence, and unity. The war zone had ended, but the legacy of humans' arrival would echo across the stars for generations to come.